Los Angeles, from the early 20th century all the way till today, is a city defined by immigrants arriving here in wave after wave. We're a city of immigrants. You know, it's all coming in a human migration, a human journey, ultimately. That's how food gets around the world. We carry it with us in our stomachs, in our bodies, and in our culture. Those kinds of journeys, those kinds of migrations are very Los Angelino. So stuff starts to shift culturally in all kinds of different ways. People start learning the language, but it's not just the immigrants that are changed. The immigrants are changing the natives. And you can literally track people's history and the history of a city and the culture they're bringing from the old country, how it's transformed here, and how it transforms the whole. And that's how great cities are made.
I came here to the United States when I was 20 years old. Actually, it was my birthday when I came here. My mom and my brothers were home. They went to pick me up by, it was a McDonald's, I believe. And for the first time in life, I saw my mom, I hugged my mom, kissed my mom, and finally I met my brothers. I felt like it was like a reunion.
We live in a foodie culture, and I wish that we could see beyond the food sometimes to the hands that make the food. To get to the story of the guy who's bussing the tables or who's doing the food prep. The politics of migration, the labor economy, all that drama plays out in the restaurants that we go to that get Zagat rated and that are all the rage one day. And when we walk into those places, we're actually on such intimate terms with these migration stories. We're eating food that's been touched by hands that in turn have been molded by war and political upheaval and famine.
Well, I mean, when I hired George, he was a dishwasher. June 17th of 2016, it'll be 11 years that we've been open, and Jorge's been here that whole time.
It was like a body of emotions, but at the same time, I left my dad back in Guatemala. So I didn't know if cry, laugh, feel happy, feel sad, many things, but it was a new life. It was something different.
He does everything. He's always one of the first ones here. He receives all of our produce. He oversees the guys when they come in the morning. The prep list that we prepare on a nightly basis probably has over 100 different things listed. That's a big job. It's a big job. When he's not here, it takes 2 people to do it.
To shuck an oyster, it requires you to be a little gentle on the little guy, regardless of how big or small it is. Because if you go in there like Rambo, you're gonna completely tear it up, and it's gonna look, the presentation will be awful.
Rigo's a great kid. And the fact that he's George's brother, the fact that they came from the same womb just blows me away, because they couldn't be more polar opposites. You know, I mean, I think largely it has to do with the fact that Rigo was brought up here and George was brought up back home.
The first time I stepped into the kitchen, I didn't know what I was really getting into. I thought that it was just gonna be simple little things, simple recipes, but then you're issued a apron, a cook hat, and a chef coat, and then they go, all right, here's this recipe, now do it. So George had to go ahead and hold my hand and guide me through, this is how you slice a carrot. This is how you clean a leek. And it takes time, and even to this day, I'm still learning a lot more things.